Why Michael Jordan's brand is worth billions. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Entrepreneur Central. Nike has always been Jordan's biggest backer, both financially and marketing-wise. The sportswear giant has paid him an estimated $1.3 billion by Forbes count since it first signed its deal with Jordan in 1984, and it has helped him make him a cultural icon. It is the richest athlete endorsement deal ever, but also arguably the biggest bargain given that Jordan helped transform Nike from a scrappy underdog into one of the largest, most valuable consumer brands in the world. Number 1. How did Nike introduce Jordans? The basketball rolls towards the man, who's standing alone on the playground court. When it reaches him, he flips it up with his foot like a soccer ball, catches it and dribbles between his legs in one motion, and begins sprinting. The camera switches to slow motion as the sound of jet engine fades in. Within seconds, he's in the air with his left arm outstretched, and he's reached cruising altitude. In the next frame, we're looking upward towards the sky as he slams the ball through the rim. Who says man was not meant to fly? He asked in a voiceover that plays with just clouds on the screen, as if he's speaking straight from the heavens. This was how Nike introduced the story of Michael Jordan to the 6 cities in which it debuted its signature shoe in April 1985. On its own, the campaign wasn't groundbreaking. Jordan wasn't the first athlete or even basketball player to receive his own sneaker, and Nike had already developed a reputation for its ads. But considering the stakes involved and what would follow, it proved to be downright revolutionary. Number 2. Nike made Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan made Nike. A huge factor in the making of Jordan. The brand was Nike. And to think, Nike was not the brand that Jordan wanted to sign initially. Currently, Nike has a major share in the NBA sneaker market, but it wasn't the case in the 1980s. It was a time when stars like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, among others, were using Converse shoes. Adidas was among the major competitors in the NBA sneaker market then, and Reebok was also getting in. Hence, it wasn't surprising that Nike wasn't as straightforward. Jordan wore Converse while playing college basketball. He wanted to sign with Adidas when he came into the NBA in 1984. However, his agent persuaded him to hear a pitch from Nike. He eventually signed a 5-year deal with a base pay of $500,000 per year. It was significantly more than any other sneaker deal. Number 3. First Nike product. The first Air Jordan sneaker came out in 1985, which hit $100 million in sales in its first year. With it grew Jordan's earnings, which kept growing. According to numbers from Forbes, Nike has paid $1.3 billion to Jordan since their first deal in 1984. While Nike had a significant role in the making of Jordan's billionaire status, it grew as a sneaker brand with Jordan. Nike has a major share in the current NBA sneaker market, and Jordan certainly had a role to play in it. Number 4. Nike shares stats. Nike now has a virtual monopoly in the once competitive basketball sneaker business. Nike's share of the performance basketball market, including the Jordan market, was 86% last year, according to market research firm NPD. The swoosh was even more dominant in the lifestyle basketball category, with 96% share. 77% of NBA players wore Nike or Jordan shoes during the 2019-20 season, according to shoe database site Baller Shoes DB. The top 9 models were all made by Nike. While Nike helped make Jordan a billionaire, his current net worth is $2.1 billion. He paved the way for Nike to leave Adidas and other competitors in the dust. Nike's $40 billion in revenue over the last 12 months was 60% more than Adidas and 43 times what it was before it added Jordan. Reebok, which Adidas bought in 2005, posted lower revenue last year than it did in 1990. Nike's market cap of $136 billion is 3 times the size of Adidas. Number 5. Different kinds of Jordans. There are more than 1,000 different Jordans on GOAT, making it the sneaker marketplace app's biggest shoe by volume, but there weren't many before 2001. There's the original 1985 lineup, including the black and red breads, the Chicagos, a sample shoe in Sakura's colors, and a pair of metallic blues that are listed for $5,000. There's the 1994 pack, which you could complete for as little as $1,585, assuming you can fit into men's size 8 and 8.5. And then, for $70, 7 years, there's nothing. Jason Mayden's story helps to explain why that changed around the turn of the century. Long before Mayden spent 13 years with the brand, where he worked his way up to senior global design director, he was a kid growing up in Chicago in the 1980s and the early 90s. To this day, he can vividly recall the first time he saw a pair of Jordans. He was in 4th grade when his classmate Tiana walked in wearing the military blue 4s. I got in trouble because the teacher thought I was staring at her biking shorts, he says. I was staring at her shoes, and I risked it all in that moment to get a glimpse. Mayden now had a life goal, a Batman fanatic obsessed with Lucius Fox inventions. He started sketching sneaker designs with the hopes of one day doing so for Nike. He would eventually become Jordan's brand first design intern, and then get hired full-time by the subsidiary in 2001, when he said it had roughly 70 employees. There, he learned firsthand from the brand's namesake, a hands-on leader who routinely visited the campus to instill wisdom in the team, which was then kind of like a little brother at Nike. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it, hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the next 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.